Welcome to the stage, Salt Lake City School Board.
Thank you very much. God, everyone else you've had up here is so much cooler than us. It's not funny. I mean, I'm a pediatrician. These are the only clothes I have without barf stains. Before I go on to thank Equality Utah profusely, I have to thank Robert Redford for a second, okay? I'm from New York, but I've been here for 20 years. My dad was Robert Redford's dentist in New York. Literally, I'm not kidding, for 50 years or so, until he retired. My dad was a young, fledgling dentist at the time. Robert Redford was a struggling actor making Barefoot in the Park. So anyway, I moved here with my wife to Utah over 20 years ago, in 1992, and my dad gets a call from one of Robert Redford's people to come down and look around Sundance, and we're walking around Sundance, one of his peeps, dressed all in black, very New York, was showing us around, and we turn a corner, and suddenly we're in Robert Redford's office, and Robert Redford is standing up behind his desk saying, "Murray!" And my dad's going, "Bob!" And my dad makes, Woody Allen look hot. I mean, it was such cognitive dissonance. It was just such an odd thing. But I'm just always grateful to Robert Redford for welcoming us to Utah. So, Bob, if you're still around anywhere, my profound thanks. But on behalf of the entire board and the entire school district, we'd like to thank Equality Utah for this wonderful award, which we probably would not have been able to be up here to accept without the help of many of you in this audience that provided us the information we needed, that elected over a long time the right people to office so that we'd finally have enough people on the Board of Education to be the first Board of Education in Utah to offer equality to the LGBT community. Basically, we vote on our policies and revise them after our policy committee does its work about every 2 years. And it really took a load of election cycles. Every 2 years, we would have the battle. I would just count how many times I could say the words gay or lesbian in a school board meeting, just keeping a little tally, because I wasn't going to win. We weren't going to win until we had the right people on the board, and finally we did. And thank you very much for electing them. The fight's not totally over. Actually, our policy has already had its first challenge. Earlier in the year, one principal at one of our elementary schools told a scout troop that he wasn't sure they should be meeting at their school because actually their rules did violate this non-discrimination policy. And I was really proud that he said that. One of the new school board members that was just elected this year did not like that. He is not here tonight, not surprisingly, and he filed a complaint with the Office of Civil Rights in Denver over this. Now, I am happy to say things are settling down. I don't think there'll be a big problem because of this, but I mention this only to say that the fight isn't over once we add words to a policy. We have to stand behind it. And I'm very proud that so many people on the Board of Education and our superintendent stood behind this principal and were very glad that he had questioned and asked the questions that he did. So other people probably want to say a few things, but on behalf of the Board of Education, the members at the time that we passed the policy and the current ones, thank you very much.
We just want to leave you with a few words that despite the challenge that we've already had to the policy, and despite the challenges that we had in passing the policy, it was worth it. And if we had to, we would do it all over again. We want to collectively urge all of you to contact your local school board, whether it's in the district in which you reside now or the district that you grew up in. Tell them your stories. Urge them to pass these same protections for their students, their staff, and their families. Remind them that doing the right thing is always the right thing to do.
Actually, I wasn't planning to say anything, but I have many friends in the audience. Apparently, some of you know my name, and I thank you for that. We're very grateful to you for this award and for standing behind us and with us as we move forward to make it a reality for all of our employees and students going forward. Thank you.